welcome to Cinetations, where we see the film holds up to our expectations. I'm taking over the month. Quackers is never going to happen.
Why won't you let it come out? It's so good.
I'm sorry. Well, okay, it's... First off, no, it's not. It's really not. But
February's been Helios month, apparently.
It is. It is. Because stuff keeps coming out, and I'm just like, yes.
Like, no, forget what y'all did. I'm just going to produce this.
Because I'm just amazing. Anyway, so today we are going to be watching, instead of Quackers, or uploading that, which that'll be next week. I swear. Next week will be Quackers.
I don't believe you.
But this week, we're going to be talking about Black Panther.
So we're going to be doing, like, a real movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a good one. A real good one.
I don't think that's what this show was built on.
Well, it is now. It is now. Anyway, so I've already saw this movie, but Bard over here hasn't.
No, I haven't. I didn't. The only time I've gone into, like, day one showings were the last Star Wars and Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, I saw this movie like a couple hours ago, so I saw one of the first showings.
It was really good.
It was so good. Anyway, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts? What are your expectations for this movie, Bard?
I think it would be fun. I mean, being a Marvel movie, they picked an actor who can fill the role properly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's an integral member.
Mm-hmm.
That's the right word, something like that. Really, the only what was it? There's some decent actors. Like I remember the lady who plays Michonne from The Walking Dead's in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She is.
And the guy who I thought was Nick Cannon, but I guess isn't.
Nick Cannon.
Because he looks like him to me.
You talking about the villain?
Yeah.
Killmonger? No, he's the guy from the Fantastic Four. He plays the Human Torch.
Oh,
the last one.
I put it as a purpose to like know as little about that movie as possible.
Oh, but
so just to me, he looked like Nick Cannon. So I was like, why is he in this movie? It's like this doesn't make sense.
But
everything looked fine. The trailer was hyped up. The only thing bad I can say about it is just the type of hype and publicity it's gotten over the last few weeks.
On how good it is? Oh.
Well, no, people are saying it's good. It's just like the crowd mentality that's went around it. Like, besides it being, like, if you take away from the point that it's actually a good movie, it's just I don't know. There's a lot of negativity coming back and forth from.
Oh, people are just stupid
from it. So, but that's not gonna change my expectations of the movie itself. That's just what like I said, that was the only down thing I could say was just the people who are watching it, not the movie itself.
And it shouldn't, because I'm not gonna give my opinion on anything. Because I already saw it prior to this. My expectations are pretty much the same thing. I was like, it's a Marvel movie. I'm gonna like it regardless, unless it's a pile of shit. But they have had a good record. Their Marvel movies just keep getting better and better. So,
yeah, I can't wait for what is it? 50 days left until Infinity War.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, I'm gonna have a week-long talk just about that movie alone.
This in let's talk about Marvel time. This is our expectation of Black Panther,
anyway.
And I mean, I'm gonna come in giving it a 10 out of 10, like I do most movies.
Okay, you haven't even seen it yet. Go see it.
Well, yeah, I can give what I think I'll rate it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And give it 10 out of 10. We're gonna work with that.
Yeah, you go do that. So go see the movie.
All right, I'll go. Fine.
Okay. We'll be right back after this momentary break. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me back.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to... Okay, cool.
I see how it is.
I mean, I hate you. Anyway,
why?
Because you're
Didn't
Bard.
do anything to you.
Because you're Bard. Anyway.
So mean.
So you just got home from the Black Panther.
Yeah. That was a movie.
What were your thoughts on it?
I was trying to think it over in my head on the ride home here.
Yeah.
To like actually sound like I have points and intelligent thoughts.
I don't like where this is going, but keep going.
Well, and then I sit here and I go, what do I talk about?
There's a lot to talk about. What do you mean?
Okay, well, what do you want to? What I need a jumping point.
Okay, so give
me a direction.
What'd you think of the? I guess the first thing we could talk about is Wakanda itself. What'd you think of the portrayal of it?
Wakanda. It was an interesting concept. Like, there definitely were more pieces I wanted to know more about, like why exactly the fifth tribe didn't want to join in with them. And by the way, spoilers for anybody, but if you know this show, or by now you should know already, but if you haven't yet, this is basically a spoiler cast.
Yes.
So that's your fair warning. So yeah, I kind of wanted to know why the fifth tribe didn't want to go in, but it wasn't so off where it ruined it for me. Because okay, yeah, they didn't want to be part of them. That's fine. But I respected the part where it wasn't just a warring tribe. They didn't like each other, but they also held some form of respect. Agreed.
Yeah, they did, regardless if they liked them or not.
Yeah, because I can't. I'm not gonna call him by name, so I'm just gonna call him Black Panther because I can't.
T'Challa.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Black Panther.
Okay.
So you know what I'm talking about. So at the beginning, he spares his life. They have that understanding. Then the other dude ends up saving his life again. So it's back in. So it was the trade-off, but there's still the point, like when the members went up to that other king asking for his help.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel that he got after joking around a little bit, he was like, oh wait, you guys are actually really serious in trouble here. But there were some of the parts that were too movie cliche. Say like the big battle when the dude who I keep thinking is Nick Cannon shows up.
Killmonger.
Yeah, Killmonger. I can't just watch one thing and know the names. I need to see it and be immersed into it for 1,000 more times.
Okay.
So when the whole thing about Killmonger shows up and battles for the throne, it was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna win, and there's gonna be that whole roundabout. Like, I guess it's because of someone like me who I've immersed myself in points and things like that of movies where I see it and it doesn't throw me off from enjoying the movie, but I'm just sitting there guessing and I'm like, okay, that's gonna happen. So of course that happens, and Black Panther comes back, wins over anyways, and then like the part with the other tribe dude who's like, we're not gonna send my army to help you.
Yeah.
But then sends his army to help him.
I mean, you kind of could figure that out when he told him, oh, if you don't help me take care of him now, who do you think he's going to go after next?
Yeah, so but still right after that, he said, we're not going to lose our lives for your problem.
Well, obviously that would be a dumb choice. Yeah, it's a little predictable. You could tell that he's going to do it anyway. It's just like, hey, I don't want no mofo knocking on my door.
Yeah, it's like, in some situations like that, it doesn't always help to go for that surprise build up. Just kind of come out with it, and you can still work the same premise into the story. So, like, say they came late into the battle. Well, that's because it just took them a long time. It took them longer to set up and get over there. I mean, they're up in the mountains. It's fine. That you can still work in their timing without needing it to be a surprise like that. Just saying, sometimes it's better to just put it into the plot process instead of trying to go for cliche surprises.
I mean, the surprise is, aside the fact that it was, you can kind of sell it, you kind of see it coming that he's gonna help anyway. It was still a great.
No, it was. I'm not saying it. It was still nice. I'm not saying that part wasn't. I'm just saying, like I said, because I've come to notice them, I'm sitting there going, it might have been more interesting if you didn't work it in that way. Let's see. I did think it was nice that there wasn't this horrible back and forth of emotions with Black Panther moving forward into his position and what's he gonna do. It didn't play on a back and forth of things. It was a nice character progression in that form. Let's see. Though, honestly, yeah. Really, the worst one was what was his name again?
Killmonger?
Yeah. Killmonger's part. I couldn't feel for him at all. Like, I'm sure it might just be me, but I mean, he came in, he basically turned everything into a civil war, and was just standing there laughing about it, basically. Like,
I mean, I think he did more than just stand there and laugh about it.
Maybe it's a bad choice, like, because it did work with the character well and this and that. Maybe it's because I just didn't care for the character, like not as it didn't work in the story, but just as me personally looking at him, like, I don't like this guy.
Okay. Well, I mean, he had a better. I mean, he's better off in the movie than he is in the comics, because, I mean, before they rebooted the whole Marvel universe in the comics, he beat T'Challa, or Black Panther, like he did in the movie, but when he took the herb, the purple herb or whatever I can't remember what it's called, but the herb, he, instead of becoming the Black Panther, he dies from radiation poisoning, because, fun fact, the herb is nothing more than a radiated flower, apparently. It's a radiated flower from the metal, and it has a connection to the Panther goddess too. But the radiation from the herb is what gives him kind of what changes his body.
Black Panther eats like 3-4 of them during the whole movie course.
Well, I mean, it depends on the person's body if they accept the herb or not. Because you either accept your body,
he accepted it over and over.
Powers. Well, I mean, yeah, he accepted it once. So he's obviously going to probably accept it multiple times, since he had to cancel it out and then re-get it again and then cancel it out.
Cancel back. Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, are they going to kill off Killmonger in this way? Because that'd be kind of funny. But obviously they weren't, because that'd be really early and on, like halfway through the movie, that they kill off the villain.
Yeah. And then after he burns everything, kind of like, well, there's literally no more.
I doubt that. There's more. I doubt that. You can't.
Well, they said that was their whole supply, and and the one that was saved was used to bring back Black Panther back to life.
I don't buy that. I feel like there has to be more. I don't buy that, because they're going to keep their heritage going. Because they're not going to end it with T'Challa.
They'll keep the heritage, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be able to have the superpower.
I doubt that. There's more somewhere.
Unless that's just what they did. They had some secret garden just in case, but...
Or someone saved a seed or something. I don't think that... It'd be too easy just to be like, oh, it's all burnt. Hee hee ha ha. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I was sitting there, though, with the fifth tribe leader, where in his throne room, where I was like, it's a nice aesthetic, but what was the purpose of hanging up all these sticks?
Just to say he can. I got
who he hires his interior decorator. It's like, okay, I need it to look nice in here. I got to make a statement. What can we do? He looking around. We should hang up just a bunch of sticks. Perfect.
I mean, I think they're more than just sticks, but okay.
Well, sure, but because there wasn't any premise to them, to just the first view, it's okay. Here's his throne room with a bunch of sticks hanging in there. It gave good attention. Like it was an interesting set, but as like a practical or purposeful thing, I didn't see what it held. But that was a whole other thing over there. I can't even call it really an issue. It's just
I mean, it had its purpose
because
it illustrated
because
that
it was like a nice hardwood. Like it was like everything was very modern, and then there's just all these sticks.
Well, the sticks are weapons.
Those aren't weapons.
Those were not just normal sticks just hanging there.
No, they look like
they illustrated like the way I interpreted it, they illustrated like how like the side of his army they had. He's like, hey, welcome to I don't even know what the mountain's called. To his throne room where he has like an army to his disposal. I think it illustrated more of his size of his army and the power that he has compared to like just having an empty throne room. So I'm sorry, if you're going to be a king or a ruler and have a throne room, you want to be as extra as possible to illustrate what point you want your visitors or outsiders to know without having to talk to you.
Well, since he didn't need to make it form a council.
True.
Like in Wakanda.
And, I mean, he is part of Wakanda, but he's not
part of Wakanda. The inner city capital.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he's in the country, but
yeah,
he's a something else.
I also liked the wait, what were we gonna say?
Then there's just parts like CGI was nice, though.
Oh God, yes.
Some parts fell a little off. Kind of like the rhinos. Kind of didn't feel any better than say like original Jumanji rhinos.
Excuse me. Sorry, go on.
That they looked nice and all at work, but it didn't. I could see how fake they were.
Yeah, I agree, but it didn't really take me out of it though.
No, that's what I was like. I guess my overall point is like nothing brought me out of it being a good movie.
Yeah.
But when I want to start nitpicking it. Yeah. Then I can be like, this, that, some of this going on.
The rhinos looked much better in their armor running down the hill, attacking people. Compared to just standing there.
When he blew his horn, I'm like, vibranium armored rhinos? Yes.
Can I have that, please? This freaking bomb.
How do you not just amass large numbers of these rhinos to do this? It was all good. No characters. Besides, like just not liking him and whatever he was doing for Killmonger. Like it was just it wasn't the character's purpose or anything. It was just not liking him because of his, I guess, his motives and stuff like that. Like it was like a personal dislike, not as like I got you. Not like a critic dislike, something kind of like thing. So it's like no character was overly annoying, especially when they finally did the love connection. I was sitting there going, thank God this was already brought into play from the beginning, so when it finally happened, I wasn't like I didn't get turned away from it because I already knew they had chemistry and it just happened already, but it wasn't stretched and it didn't become annoying.
Yeah, true.
Because it wasn't like, oh, I like her, she's in trouble, how's this affecting me? It's like, no, she's a competent fighter, he knows that, they can deal with the problem.
Okay.
Or like, or just points like that, or like it wasn't this back and forth the whole, or it wasn't. it didn't have the two things. It wasn't a back and forth the whole time, and it wasn't a random surprise thing that seemed like it had no purpose to it.
True.
That it was known from the beginning. It wasn't brought in because it wasn't the point.
Yeah.
Like, it was extra information to go, okay, he can be happy now. But it wasn't beckoning plot things of, oh god, she's in trouble or he's in trouble, and now my emotions, and now I have to make a bad decision.
Yeah, true. Let's see. What else? The way it fits into the Marvel timeline, I kind of like it, and at the same time question it. Because I wonder how many days does this take place in? Because this is during Civil War, when that's happening. Because this is like right after... Yeah, it takes place right after his father dies. Because in Civil War, his father dies and then he comes back and he's a king already. So this is in the time frame between that moment where his father dies and that moment where he comes in again, and they're like, "Oh,
Your Majesty?" But was he the king already, or were they just treating him as such because they knew he was the next runner?
I mean, no, he wasn't the king. His father was still the king until he died.
Right, but after he died, were they just treating him as such because they knew he was the next runner?
No.
Or was he actually the king?
He was already the king at that point. So this movie kind of told the story on how he became the king in between that little time frame.
Because
yeah,
they had Bucky already
at the teaser trailer. That was after Civil War.
No, because there's a point when they brought in the CIA dude, and she goes, "Oh, another white guy for us to fix."
I don't buy that. I mean, I heard that line, but it's like, it doesn't make sense because where's Captain America?
They weren't important though. They were just off in another section.
I still say this takes place during Civil War, either right after or like during. Because otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Because why else would you have like where's Cap? And he didn't because. He wasn't king in the beginning of Civil War, but then when he came back with his suit again, he was already king. So in this movie is about him becoming the king. So I'm right, like, but that makes sense.
But in Civil War, did he have the like nanobot armor?
Yes. Wait, did he? Actually, I don't know.
Did he?
Did he?
Because if he didn't have that in Civil War, then it took place after.
Oh. Ew.
Ah.
Did it?
See?
Oh, I didn't even think of that because I don't think he had the nanobot armor that his sister created yet.
Yeah, because he didn't, because I can probably make sure you can recall that in the whole time in Civil War he never glowed purple.
No, and he took off his helmet a lot.
Mm-hmm. So it took place after Civil War. So when they were calling him king, it was just a positional thing because they knew he was going to become the new king.
I didn't even think of that. That makes sense.
You're welcome.
Okay, you're right. I totally forgot that his suit wasn't nanobot. Okay. Also, I hope that T'Challa's sister makes Bucky a new arm.
God, I can only imagine his arm nanobotting around.
Oh, would love that.
Because I enjoyed that 3D technology they were using with that.
Oh, God.
But that was one of the things I kind of wish had an explanation, or some of the things. Like, they talked about how they moved the vibranium, and that was fine. I enjoyed that because it was also a part where the CIA guy, he was like, "What? Tell me this." Like, he questioned it, but then he's like, "Wait, I know what you're talking about because this is kind of like a common science thought."
Yeah.
So it was a nice way to explain it without just, without just being what is it called, exposition nonsense.
Yeah, agreed.
But then it was like, okay, but how is this 3D thing happening where it's like a better form of hologram technology because it was like a full colored thing and she could see the people around, and
yeah,
well, it worked because at the beginning the two of them put their hand contact things together, so I guess it connected that way, which totally makes sense to me.
Yeah,
but and like even in Star Wars they use the hologram things and they're flickering and this and that. But this one looked really well, especially when they're in the ship in the beginning.
Oh,
it showed the cars. He could pick it up. He could take away the outside to see the people inside.
Yeah.
It was like there was some deep technology, and sure, I can just kind of be like whatever because they've been advancing millions of years ahead of it all. But
yeah,
it's like as long as there was a nice way to put it. But since maybe if there wasn't, I'm glad it didn't try to shove it down our throats. But that's part of what leaves me like I kind of want to know a little more of the science. What's going on here?
Agreed. I do too. I want to know how they use the vibranium to do half the stuff they want to do. Come on, teach us.
Yeah.
I need that. I need to tell his sister to have a mini film where she just explains everything they use vibranium for.
Basically, and then
because the only other uses
ready
of
for Infinity War.
Oh my god, I can't wait. The only other uses of vibranium that we see in the MCU are Cap's shield and Bucky's arm was also vibranium. I think.
And then
maybe
no, and Ultron.
And Ultron. Was Ultron vibranium?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. It's been a while.
He took some to make a better
that's right.
body for himself.
That's right. You're right. Because they actually mentioned Sokovia in Wakanda. I mean, in Black Panther anyway. You're right.
And so, heck, yeah, Vision probably has some inside him.
Probably.
On top of, would you really expect Tony Stark to not get his hands on some for an Iron Man suit?
True. And now, since they're going to become best, BFFs with Black Panther, you're going to get more than that.
Oh, yeah. I everything Iron Man should be made out of vibranium at this point.
Yeah. My question is, are they going to bring in anti-metal, which is another form of vibranium in the comics that kind of cancels out vibranium?
I feel like they're not going to unless it's going to be some big Thanos thing.
Yeah, because there's two different kinds of...
But because I think they're banking on just vibranium beats vibranium.
Probably. Makes sense. The only other metal that was stronger than vibranium is probably the metal that's Mjolnir was made out of in the comics. Now in the movie, obviously, Mjolnir is not as strong as it was. Anyway, sidetracking.
Because she just breaks it with her hand.
Yeah, because it's not made from a cosmic storm. And Thor actually has powers and not just a hammer.
Yeah, but I appreciate Thor having the power within him.
Yeah.
I from the hammer. Because then it doesn't just make him... Because then it's it's not the hammer being special. Like, the hammer's cool, but at the end of Ragnarok, it was awesome with him just lighting up.
More mythological. More mythology-based.
I thought it just worked on him better.
Yeah. So back to Black Panther.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more Wakanda in the Black Panther. I also like the General. She's probably my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
She's bomb.
Yeah, her actress already works for me just because I watch all The Walking Dead. But
oh, hell yeah. Some of the shit she's done, like when that car scene where the car fell apart and she just comes barreling down with a spear and just damn.
But I appreciate that she looked actually worried.
Yeah, she looked worried for a sec.
It wasn't just, oh, look at me doing a cool thing. She's like, oh crap, shit. I need to help.
Now, dude, my only problem with her that I had, and I get why, because it's her character. When the throne was took by Killmonger, she said, I follow the throne, not anyone else. And I'm like, I get that. I don't like it, but I get that.
Yeah, it was the part where I was like, you should be helping, but
I get it.
Yeah, it's important to her character to be
loyal.
I have to do this for the throne, but it was obvious the whole time. It's I don't like this direction. It wasn't just a blind follow. So that was fun.
True. I mean, she ended up joining in the fight later on anyway. When T'Challa came back, she's like,
well, he can only take so much.
And then she's like, the battle isn't done yet.
I can't remember. I think the last thing I've seen of something like that was in the Warcraft movie.
Mm-hmm.
When it was a very big point of fighting, doing this one-on-one fight, and it's based in the heritage and honor kind of thing, but the bad guy is like, screw that, I'm just gonna do my thing.
Agreed. Yeah. True that.
I mean, it's fine. It worked. Because I can see him going like, because he wasn't raised into there. He wanted to be Wakandan so bad, but then he didn't want to follow the traditions.
Yeah, he wanted to do his own thing, probably for what he thought is a better good, but he ended up being no better than the group he's trying to.
Which I appreciate the
defend.
The CIA guy not just giving his life away, but being able to do it and get out.
Yeah, same.
It's like,
I like that. I'm like, don't you dare kill off Ross. He's cool.
Because it was nice, because it didn't need to be a moment of like pointless, suicide heroism.
Exactly. I was afraid that he was gonna die, and the child's little sister at one point. I thought she was gonna die.
Yeah, she was
like,
totally about to get stabbed. She was totally about to just.
At that moment, I was literally scared. I'm like, oh my god, are they actually gonna kill her off?
That was
For
one
a
of the
split
moments
second.
I was like, yeah, that was one of the moments I didn't see what was gonna happen with that. So
Exactly.
that was nice. And I appreciated like the 2-mile fall fighting.
Yeah. Into the pit of vibranium.
It's a crazy looking pit. But
So what's your overall rating of it now since you've seen it?
I give it a 10.
I give it a 10 out of 10. Same. It's in my top 3 favorite Marvel movies.
It's definitely up there. If I can already tell you one Marvel movie that definitely would be under it.
What's that?
Probably at least the second Thor movie. That one just low. It had one of those things where it wasn't like so. Basically, in like the Avengers section, there's the Avengers, there's the standalone ones like Ant-Man or Black Panther, and then there's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And so this is how close of connection there is, because when you watch Guardians, you can go in not even knowing that has any connection to the Avengers stuff.
Exactly.
And then when you get something like Black Panther or Ant-Man, they're standing alone, doing their own thing, but then it gives you that turn still into by at least like name dropping things.
Yeah. True.
And so I felt it did good as being a standalone. We're taking care of our own problem here.
Yeah. While
still giving me that touch of being within the Avengers world.
True. I agree.
So it wasn't too crazy in some of those ends. It wasn't so disconnected, but it was far enough away over to where I didn't worry about it being an Avenger thing. I could just enjoy it as the Black Panther.
Yeah. I mean, the only connection I had was Bucky, but as a one of the end credit scenes. So.
Yeah, and then that's just Bucky, and who really likes Bucky?
I really don't. I kind of wish he died in Civil War. My personal opinion,
like,
though.
no, let Cap have his friend and stuff, fine, but Bucky is such a low tier character for me.
I still think all would have been avoided if Cap just like, okay, we're gonna give you Winter Soldier, we're gonna work this out like normal human beings, but okay,
No,
run away.
Had to fight and do this big thing, and
no, thanks. That's why I was Team Iron Man.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Team Iron Man. But I can get into the whole thing about Civil War, but
that's for another day.
Yeah, so overall, I thought it was good.
Same.
I thought it was a good watch. Might not be one I can rewatch over and over, but I could.
What you mean? That's
to me, something needs to really grab me in order to be like, I could watch this right now again.
Oh, I could.
I'm not saying I couldn't rewatch it. I would just need some time so that things would be re-interesting for me.
Oh, I could easily go rewatch it. I might go buy another ticket and watch it again at a later point. Because I knew it was going to be good, but it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. What I appreciated was when I went, the whole time I went in, it was sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the middle of here, surrounded by all these people, and I think for a movie like this, that's kind of one of the better situations to go into because, you know, when a joke hits and everyone's laughing, or when something happens and it's not just you looking into it, you can get a whole fill of people.
Yeah, it's an experience witnessing it with a crowd of people that are witnessing the same thing. It's a nice little event thing.
Yeah, I think it worked for that. So it's nice. It's also what I've enjoyed with the Marvel movies, that you can get a sense of, you know, like what I just had, where, you know, every race of people or gender or age, you know, because there's kids to grandparents and this and that, and everyone's coming in to enjoy it.
Yeah. Marvel keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, they're working on it. Like I said, that second Thor movie's generally one of the worst ones. But Ragnarok was really good.
Oh yeah, it was really good. But yeah, the second Thor movie is probably the worst one out of the bunch. Either that or the Hulk movie. Maybe the first Captain America.
I kind of like that one a little more than Winter Soldier.
What?
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole nother conversation because I have a debate about that. Cause I could argue about that, but we're running on probably close to 45 minutes now with the intro added. So yeah, 10 out of 10, unanimous score.
Yeah, 10. It's good. Go watch it.
Yes, go watch it. Go put your money into that because right now, as far as I know, it's made 190 million. I think it made more than Ultron.
Okay.
And it's the highest grossing movie in February for opening weekend. It beat Deadpool by a shit ton. So
we'll see what happens when Deadpool 2 comes out.
Well, Deadpool 2 is out in May, so they don't really. They're competing with the Avengers, which that's going to be interesting.
That's gonna be rough. But any true fan will just go see both.
Exactly. It's going to feed off each other. The Avengers is going to feed into Deadpool, and everyone's just going to make... Marvel and Fox, it's all going to make money. It's all going to be one company at the end of the year anyway, so...
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching this week's Cinetations. I swear next week is going to be Quakers. I am legit going to post Quakers next Monday.
Yeah. Well, join us next Monday for where we see if a certain cinema holds up to our expectations.
Okay, bye.